Hello, everyone. Um, Tuning in today with a quick little update for you. I'm Diane, if we don't know each other, and this is
Sybrena Albright.
Sybrena. So the purpose for this video is to let you know a little bit more about the workshop series that Sybrena and I are going to be running together starting in February. And it's a 7-series workshop, so there's like one a month. So it runs from February till July. And it is called 7 Sessions on Building Resiliency Through Self-Care, Earth Care, and Future Care. So we wanted to kind of come on here together today and just talk to you a little bit about what that all means and what this workshop is going to offer. When I first started talking to Sybrena about this, she kind of invited me in, and I actually had to ask some questions because even though my husband talks about permaculture, I wasn't sure how I got to be involved in it all. So I'm going to kind of turn it over to Sybrena for a minute, and she's going to just explain a little bit about what exactly is permaculture. And also we talk about zones. And so I'm going to let her explain those to you a little bit more. And I think this will make a ton of sense to you and sound really awesome. So go for it.
Awesome. Thanks, Diane. Hi, everyone. So I am Sybrena Albright, and I'm from Design Bright. And part of what we do at Design Bright is permaculture design and education. And so really to launch our education series, Diane and I have teamed up to create these 7 sessions just to create a bit more resiliency within our communities. And to build resilient communities, we really want to start looking at ourselves. So the series is building community resilience and creating toolkits for sustainable self-care and a healthy, abundant lifestyle. So, you know, there's many ways that you can describe permaculture, but I really love how Toby Hemingway describes it. So Toby Hemingway says, permaculture is a set of design strategies for making decisions, a set of tools for arriving at sustainable solutions. And Kimchi describes permaculture as a solutions-based way of life that offers opportunities to live in right relationship with the earth, its people, and future generations to come by taking a whole systems approach to design. Permaculture looks to the root of the world's problems and seeks answers that are thoughtful, inclusive, and long-term, with a goal of building regenerative, healthy, and thriving natural and social ecology. So that's a lot. Permaculture is a lot, but for it to be a lot, it's also simple. So permaculture really, you can make really drastic change by integrating really simple solutions. So that's what we're going to be starting with this 7 sessions, is really taking it right back to the core, which is yourself. So permaculture has zones. And when we look at the zones, 0 is yourself, it's your body. It's something that you use all the time. The components of it are our physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental experiences. In our life systems, it's our digestive bacteria and friendly flora. We've got neurochemicals, hormones, enzymes, and blood cells. So really, when we look at supporting ourselves, we want to look at what food we're eating, where we're putting our attention and our time. We want to be able to really care and nurture that self so that we're operating at an optimal state and vibration. So when we're operating in our optimal state, then we can do good for others. Then we're useful for other people. We're useful for our work, for our children, for our partners, for our gardens. So when we struggle, everything else kind of ripples and struggles. So we really want to give that self-care and self-love. The next zone is zone 0. And we also spend a lot of time there. It's our home. And the home really is designed to support ourselves and our body. And we use it almost every day and every night. It's our living spaces, our cooking spaces, and even sometimes our workspaces. And if we're in an urban area, it can be an apartment or a condo or a house, or maybe we're living rurally and we have a bit of an acreage in our land. But the home really is what's happening inside. So we want to, we're going to be looking at some really fun things of how we can optimize our house with our our strategies of living more sustainably with waste and resources and things like that. And then the next zone we're looking at is our garden, our doorstep. So this is usually on our property. It's the space that surrounds our home, it's our yard. We use it all the time. If we're in a condo, maybe it's a patio or a balcony, but it is your doorstep. So really keeping it tight. The zones go beyond that. They go into the community, they go into your bioregion, they go into the wild, unmanaged woodlands as well. But for now, we just really wanted to start here, start with ourselves, and see what we can do on these simple solutions to start creating that ripple effect out. So Diane's going to tell us a little bit about session 1. We'll kind of run through each session. You have the opportunity to sign up for all 7 sessions for a discounted price, or just join each session that you're interested in without making the commitment.
Awesome, thank you. That just like, it sounds so, all of it sounds so good. It's like, that's the way it should be. So the first session is nourishing the mind and feeding the soul. So in this workshop, we're really just going to dive into some simple and effective ways and things that we already have access to in ourselves that we just sometimes have forgotten, or perhaps we were never introduced to, through using our imaginations, through our breath. And so even these really, like she said, simple things that perhaps we haven't considered before, we bring this back to just creating a lifestyle that's really rooted in the self and in caring for the self with these very simple and impactful tools and strategies. So we'll be getting into some planning. We're going to be doing some dreaming and some imagining. We might be doing a little bit of yoga. We'll be doing some breathing, all just different strategies, again, that we already can access that help us to really nourish our body and mind and soul. So that is session 1 that runs on February 12th.
Awesome. So then session 2, we'll step into looking at our zone 0, our home. This one is titled Food Systems and How They Fuel Us. So we're going to be creating awareness around our local food systems. This one will also have a skills lab of capture and store. So in permaculture, we like to capture and store our resources, and this one will be food as a resource. Sometimes it can be difficult to fuel yourself and you don't feel like you have time, you're busy, you're running around, you grab a packaged item, the food has been refined. So we're really wanting to step back to looking at our whole foods and how we can integrate eating whole foods and really getting the nutrition out of these without it being expensive or difficult. And also looking at where our food comes from and how we can create these food systems within our local community and our bioregion. So we're going to be covering some simple strategies of how to access good quality foods without stressing our wallet or the time. So yeah, this is going to be quite a fun one. And with our skills lab, we'll capture and store some apples into applesauce. We can do some jam. We can do some dehydrating and just really kind of looking at preserving some foods and some strategies for preserving food, because we live in a region where our growing season is quite short and our winter season is quite long. So there are ways really looking kind of what our ancestors did not that long ago in this very area to preserve these foods through the winter and still have that good quality nutrition. So that one's going to be quite fun.
That's going to be awesome.
And that one is March 5th.
Cool. Okay, so for session 3, and this might be the one, even though I love all the like self-reflection and the food stuff, this is the one that I know that I'm going to learn a lot in. And when Sybrena passed me in the grocery store the other day, she was looking in my car to see what I had. And it's really interesting. So anyways, session 3 is about strategies for a zero waste home. So, have you ever just noticed how much stuff we throw away on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? And tried to consider how we could reduce that impact, that waste, that with simple things that you could do in your home. And which was funny why I ran into Sybrena at the store, because we try to do this, but I still buy my meat in plastic. And I still, we're in habits of doing things just because of the way that we've been brought up, but there are options. And so this is why I'm super excited about this, because I know this is something that we can develop in our home, covering ways to produce less waste, and also just enhancing your connection to your community by sourcing out local farmers and bakers and retailers that are on this same page of, reducing the amount of waste that we create and put back into landfills. So this is going to be really fun. We're actually going to have a challenge in this one to see, how much waste we have kind of from one workshop to the next. And then there will be a prize for the family with the least amount of waste. So I'm super excited about that one.
Yeah, we'll do.
And that is on April 2nd.
Yeah, and then we're in a very special bioregion climate area here in Alberta, southern Alberta. We can get snow right up through till the beginning and middle of April. So our session 4 is really kind of around the time when we're going to be starting to dig in our garden. It's where we step out into our zone 1. And it's gardening and compost and water strategies with our special guest, Nick Johnson from Eat My Shrubs. And he is a permaculture designer, and he has this amazing business where he can create edible food systems for you right on your property. And so we're going to be taking a look at what he's done at his home property. We'll do a bit of a tour through his urban garden, and really looking at, even if you don't have a lot of space, there's still a lot of ways that you can build. Like, so in permaculture, we like to stack in time and place. So I think he's going to have a lot of strategies for us, as well as what is appropriate to grow in this climate. So I'm really looking forward to this. Every year we expand our garden a little bit more. We expand our perennial systems a little bit more. So I'm really excited to tap into his expertise and see what tips and tricks he has, and integrate some of that into my own planning. So yeah, that is April 30th. And so by then we should be allowed to be digging in there. Hopefully all the little pollinators have been woken up and on their journey. So yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. So session 5 is on homesteading strategies. And this is kind of another one of these just observations. And Sybrena already talked about like what our ancestors did. But also all the things that our ancestors would have made from resources that were around them, things like soap and candles, even not necessarily that our ancestors, or maybe they did, I don't actually know, I should find out, but something like beeswax wraps for storing food at home, so we're not constantly using plastic. Just really kind of using nature's tools, these really simple ingredients, to make things that we can use in our home. And I think kind of the thought process or the trend that we're in now is we just go and buy it because it's faster and it's easier and it's simpler. But we can actually save a lot of time and money by making a lot of this stuff at home. So this will be another skills lab situation where we're actually going to get hands-on and create some of these things together so that you can take those tools back into your home and repeat for yourself. So that'll be really fun. That one is on May 21st.
Nice. Yeah, and then our session 6 is going back into ourself, back to our zone 00, entitled Medicine for the Body, Mind, and Soul. So even though this is our zone 00, we will still step out into the community and do a bit of a nature walk. High River has so many amazing pathways and areas where you can go and connect with nature without having to go too far. We have the beautiful Highwood River here. You can see the Rocky Mountains on a clear day. Really, there are so many opportunities to connect, even through town, through the pathways. But we're going to be looking at how we can connect with nature as medicine and how we can meditate with it in a natural environment and really connect to the energy of nature and let that heal us or fuel us, whatever our needs are. And really, we're also going to be looking at what is already there that maybe we don't notice, or maybe we have a different point of view about it. We're going to embrace weeds, because a lot of times the weeds have a purpose. They are regenerating the soil and providing something that the natural environment needs. So usually if there is a weed, it has a purpose. And a lot of weeds, like dandelion, can be medicine. They can be food, they can be medicine, and also medicine for the soil. So we're just going to take a bit of a deep dive into what is already here and what the first peoples on this land utilized as medicine or food or fuel for themselves, and just really connect with our local area and really come back to create this free medicine for ourselves, for our bodies and our minds and our souls. So that one is June 11th. Should be quite nice out. It may be raining, but that's okay. It could also be a beautiful sunny day.
Yeah. Awesome. And then our last session, session 7, is really all about celebrating and community. So this will be a gathering on July 16th, and we will come together and hopefully outside, because the weather will be beautiful. We can bring some food items, we can connect and just really share all of the things that we've learned, the insights that we've gained, our favorite strategies, things that we're going to continue, maybe even the challenges that we found. And the hope of this too is that by connecting within this community around these strategies, is that these are relationships that will continue after this 7 sessions is done. So when you're facing a challenge, you're not sure about how to do something, or you need some resources, it's not only Sybrena and I, but also all of those that have participated through the workshop series with us. So really looking forward to that kind of culminating event. And I believe I said that one is happening on July 16th.
Yeah, and what I love about this workshop is that we really have an opportunity to create a design web within the participants, because everybody has unique skills and brings a unique perspective. So we can really connect with what the strengths are of the people that joined all through 7 sessions, and really create this resilient network. And that's kind of the goal, is like we're creating resiliency for ourselves, but we're also creating resiliency through the community through these strong connections and bonds. Mm-hmm. So I think by the time we get to this session 7, we'll have quite a nice group. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this can ripple out from where we start. And the summer is a great time to celebrate. And I just want to put it out there that everybody is welcome. That we really want people to know that even if, however you're feeling, you are welcome. We're non-discriminatory, and that if you are wanting to join us, to please come with intention, to be present, and really looking forward to seeing who will come out and where this can go. So yeah, thank you, Diane, for collaborating and creating this beautiful session series with me, and really look forward to the kickoff on February 12th.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for the invitation to join you. This is Sybrena's brainchild, and I was very, very flattered to be invited to collaborate. So quickly, we have early bird pricing, we have regular pricing, and we also have sort of an individual package. So I just want to review those quickly for you. Early bird pricing, so you can register for all 7 sessions, is going to go until the end of the month, so end of January, and you can access all 7 workshops for $161.70, and that includes tax. So that's pretty amazing.
Pretty good deal.
Pretty good deal. If
if you wait till after January, the price goes to $205.80, including tax for all 7 sessions. And you can register right up until, I believe, the 12th. Hey, Sybrena, I don't know if we actually talked about that, but yeah, you can register into February also.
Yeah.
And then, if there's particular ones in there that are really exciting to you or you're feeling very drawn to, then you can also register for individual sessions. And so the cost per session, if you were to do like one-offs, is $34.65, including tax. So trying to make this like really meet you where you're at and make it available in a way that works for everyone based on all kinds of, based on interest, based on dollars, based on time, all that kind of stuff. So both Sybrena and I have pages dedicated to this workshop series on our websites. So you can register there. If you're looking to register for individual sessions, at least with me, I think it's the same with you, Sybrena, send us a message so that we can get you into the right ones, because, I'm not that tech savvy. That was feeling a little complicated on my website. So just connect with us and we can help you get registered into the right spaces as well.
Yeah, and you can register online or you can come into my location, Design Bright. I'm on 4th Avenue. So if you wanted to come in here and pay in person or register in person, or you have a few more questions, I'm open Monday to Saturday. So you're welcome to do that as well.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much for joining us. Let us know if you have any questions and we will hope to see you in the series.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.